What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jordan and today we're going to be doing a small job on the Datsun 280Z. I'm going to be starting a very minor engine bay shave, and these cars, when they were originally built back in the 70s, a lot of brackets were pinch welded to the chassis. And now that I've updated a few things in the car, I really don't need all of those brackets. So I bought a specialized tool that's supposed to help us grind away some of these things, and I also bought something else to make it work even better. So I'm going to show you that tool and how to use it, and hopefully we can clean up this engine bay just a little bit. Now, if you're like me and you're the type of person that buys a whole lot of tools, you may have already learned that it's not always about buying the most expensive tool, but it's about getting high quality accessories for your tools. I learned that with my bandsaw. I got one of the cheaper bandsaws and I upgraded the blade, and I got really incredible cuts out of that thing. So it's kind of the same principle with this. Go ahead and get yourself a budget grinder, which I've done here, and then get upgraded belts. And so just as a comparison, this is the belt that came with the grinder itself. These are the upgraded ones, and you guys can't really tell from here, but these just feel like they're immensely better quality. The seam feels stronger, and there's also not a gap in the grit at the seam. So I'm thinking these are going to be a really good option for getting rid of those pinch welds, and also this precision sanding belt grinder thing is going to be perfect for getting in those tight spaces, which is going to help us get rid of those brackets. So I'm going to put links down below of these tools and these belts down in the description. That way you can buy these too if you want. But let's go over to the car and see the brackets that we're going to be removing today. So there's not a whole bunch that we're going to be taking care of in the engine bay, but there are a few things. There's this bracket right over here, which originally held some of the EGR things, as well as the fuel filter that we removed down there. There's also some things from the ignition system that we're going to remove this bracket right here. And then last, we're going to remove the bracket from the strut tower right there. So just for this job today, there's not a whole lot to be done. It's just a few brackets, but this is more or less going to be to test out the new tool. And this is going to help us move towards the final product of painting the car and making sure everything is nice and clean. My goal is to make this area really smooth, this area really smooth, and maybe a few other places in the engine bay. But these three brackets are the only ones that we're going to do today. So let's test out this tool and see how it works. Alright, so now that I've done this a little bit already, I did this side, I think I would suggest that on this side, whenever you start doing this, grind away a little bit of the paint first. That way you can see whether or how big the spot weld is, and that way you know exactly what you need to grind away, because otherwise I was kind of just shooting in the dark and I may have got some divots under there, but we'll find out later. But basically, grind off first, find that spot weld and how big it is, and then keep grinding. Alright, so with a little bit of blending it got kind of better, but I definitely did get a little too aggressive on a couple of these parts. I think after some body work it'll be no problem, but word of caution, be careful because you can grind through the stuff. I do want to say I'm really impressed with the Wen Sander. I think it was really great, and also this belt doesn't seem to see any kind of wear at all after six spot welds, so I think the theory was good. Once again, I'll put links down below to check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brackets that we talked about earlier, but I'm not gonna bore you guys with more of the grinding and all of that, but I'm gonna be right back with the finished product.
2,000 years later.
All right guys, so we just got done removing these 3 engine brackets and we don't need those anymore. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and the tools that I use to do this small job. But remember, if you do this at home, hit that exposed metal with epoxy primer. And guys, if you like this video, like it. And if you want to see more, subscribe for more. And thanks for watching. Let's get to the finished product.